Hello, this is Carol, the otherwise woman, and you are unmistakably a person of wonderful taste and a curious mind because you have come to my intuitive and interpretive reading of the prevailing energies that will be with us from the full moon on the 7th of September until the new moon on the 21st of September of 2025. As usual, this is for entertainment purposes only. Any resulting enlightenment is purely coincidental and unintentional. Well, I confess, I am not exactly sure how all these elements are going to fit together for this moon cycle, but let's find out, shall we? Shapes the Land is our card from the Wisdom of the Cailleach deck. The Ten of Stones, or Home, is from the Wildwood Tarot, and we have Hawthorn here as our Celtic tree ogham. I want to go first to Shapes the Land. This is a card that usually when I pull this card, I think, okay, I need to pay attention. What can I control and what can't I? To me, this is, forces of nature. And, I can't fight against the forces of nature, can I? I can only adapt. Some other things may be in my control, like if it's cold, maybe I turn on the heat or start a fire. There are some ways we can exercise control and some ways we can't. But there is also another part of this card based on the legend that this represents when the Cailleach was dropping stones, dropping boulders, forming mountains, forming islands. Sometimes she was throwing them at an opponent, and sometimes she was dropping them from her apron. And this happened in the early part of winter. Just time to get prepared. Started when the world starts to slow down a bit, but also make preparations for getting through the winter, which is usually a very quiet and in ancient times a very, very hazardous time to get through when food was scarce and temperatures were not pleasant. So I'm getting both meanings from this. For some of us, it might be time to pull back, to take stock of what we have, to start, autumn, isn't it? And I'm thinking of squirreling away because I think of squirrels and gathering all their nuts and hiding them in autumn. So, yeah. Making plans for a period ahead that could be difficult, especially if we know we're going into a period like that. And for others, it will be the what can I control, what can I not? What do I need to adapt to? What do I need to change? Where do I put my effort in adapting or to changing, creating, making use of my personal power? So there's a lot from that card. Home, this may tell us where we might want to focus our attention. A couple of these decks, several of the cards I have drawn lately feature home, and there's very much a similarity of meaning. It's not necessarily your physical house. It can be, but it's about where do you feel at home? Where do you belong? Finding the comfort from being with like minds, like souls. That's the emphasis here. Now, it's a very reassuring card that we should be able to find our home. For some, it will be returning to a home maybe we have left for a while. And so I guess I can see how that would go with what can we control, what can we not. Maybe we've had to be away from where we feel most at home, and we have the opportunity to come back. Hawthorn is all about the heart, about heart energy, about freeing blockages, especially in the heart, that helps us drop the fear. And that might be good advice if we're making plans, if we're looking ahead to a time that could be a little desolate, you know. We can drop the fear of that and help us make our plans. Hawthorn helps us see where we have been victimized and how to recover our power from that experience. Hawthorn is, as I said, all about the heart chakra and all about love and bringing unconditional love to whatever situation we are in. Hawthorn is also associated with the fairy realm. Could be an element there, but be very careful if you are dealing with the fae, or if you go searching for them on purpose. I will just add that little bit of advice. So, I'm not getting a clear indication of how these all fit together. Maybe they don't. Maybe there are different messages for different people, and the energy will be a little scattered for this period. Could be due to the eclipses. We're going to start with a lunar eclipse and end with a lunar eclipse. That energy can be disruptive, can make us pause. Oh, here we go with a pause. And to assess, what do we want? How do we create a home? How do we need to pay more attention to the people who create the feeling of home for us? Ooh, yeah, I'm getting a chill with that. So that feels like a good message. Perhaps to remember at the eclipses. Let's see. What do I need? What does my heart need to feel at home? What can I do? Or can I actively do anything to reach that? Or do I have to adapt to the situation as it is? That's all I can see from these elements. Again, can't really get one clear, unified message. So take whichever one feels right for you. Whichever one, whichever two, whichever three. And, well, I'll see you again then with the new moon. In the meantime, if you would like a personal reading from me, I can be contacted at otherwisewomanccp@gmail.com. And if you would like, that is, if you sincerely liked this video, I wouldn't want you to compromise your integrity. Share and subscribe. YouTube and I would very much appreciate it. Okay. Take care. I will talk to you later. Goodbye.